Hey everyone, Ryan Grant here and welcome back to the YouTube channel. Yes, you're probably watching this video. It's a little bit of a different setting. I haven't got my camera set up there. I'm actually holding it and I'm currently on my desk. So I'm currently giving you guys a video that is in my very own free online community that helps guys bulk and gain muscle in the most efficient way possible. It's completely free, so if you want to go and see this video and all the others with it and all of the other mini courses that can help you bulk and gain muscle efficiently from that skinny guy you are right now to becoming muscular, jacked, all of that good stuff, then it's going to be in the top link in the description. But I just thought I'd give you a little bit of a taste of what it's all about. And if you are unsure on what this video is about, the primary mindset switch. So this is basically in this video, I explain why beginners quit the gym so often, why 99% of beginners quit the gym, and how you can be in the 1% and obviously not do that and follow everyone else and actually get to where you want to go. And 2 months down the line, you're not going to be like, oh fuck, how am I inconsistent? How have I quit again? Because you've watched this video. All right, so sit back, relax, grab some popcorn and enjoy. This is a good one. Hey everyone, Ryan Grant here and welcome to your primary mindset switch. This video is going to be extremely important now and going forward in your gym journey in its contribution towards, success in the gym and building your physique. And this is because mindset is something that can be the make or break of someone's career. And this doesn't have to just be in the gym. This could be in business. This could be in sports. If they don't have the mindset for it, then they're going to break. But if they do have the mindset, then they are going to make whatever they want happen. So this is a start of us evolving your mindset, fine-tuning your mindset, whatever you want to call it, and we are going to eventually evolve your mindset into having the right frame of mind to be a successful person in the gym, if that makes sense. So, without further ado, we are going to be getting into what we are covering in today's video. So, not too much on this list, but everything has very profound meanings behind them. So, first of all, we're going to be getting into slow and steady wins the race, and then we're going to be getting into the beginner's trap, and this is why 99.99% of gym goers quit the gym and they're gone within the first month. You see them walk through the door on January the 1st, and then by January the 31st, you never see them again, and they're just they're a distant memory. And then you're going to get into the long-term mindset, and then we're going to be getting into gratification, different types of gratification, and how this all contributes towards shaping your mindset into the mindset that you need to shape. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into this video. So we're going to make your first mindset switch, as I said, and this is super, super important because this mindset switch can be the make or break of your gym journey, as I said. Once you understand this one thing and live by it, you'll be ahead of the other 99%. And trust me, I have seen this unfold with my own eyes before. I have seen people crumble when they don't abide by this mindset and when they don't live by this mindset and when they're not aware of this mindset switch and why it has to basically occur in the first place. So yeah, you're going to get ahead of a lot of people in this video. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first of all, it's very, very simple. Don't really need to explain the mindset switch too much. Slow and steady wins the race. Sounds very simple, and it is. It's nothing too complicated. However, it has a very, very profound and deep meaning behind it. So slow and steady wins the race teaches that consistent effort and perseverance over a prolonged period of time will lead to eventual success, as shown in the race of the turtle and the hare. And if you guys don't necessarily know what this race is, it's a tale that's been told for many, many generations, and your great, 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 great grandparents probably know about it, okay? It's been around for a bloody long time. And what happens is, as you can see, the tortoise beat the hare, but the reason why this is so significant is because turtles are so notoriously known for being a very, very slow moving creature, and a hare has a lot more speed than turtles in general. So that is why this story is very, very significant and the meaning is very profound. So let's get into it. So the hare was obviously overconfident as it knew it was going against a tortoise that was going very, very slow. And obviously, relying on its speed, it became complacent and lost focus. And it lost focus by falling asleep by a tree halfway through the race because the hare thought, I'm so far ahead, I'm going to take a little kip and then I should be just fine by the end. But that was not the case. Meanwhile, the steady, determined turtle progresses without distraction and ultimately triumphs because he never gave up. He was consistent, he persevered, and he never gave up. And this emphasizes that patience, discipline, and commitment often outweigh raw talent or speed in achieving lasting success. So, this story is very, very significant, and you must be remembering this story because nothing happens in a click of a finger. It all takes time. And now you may be asking me this one question right here. Ryan, how on earth does this have anything to do with the gym? Well, let me tell you, my friend. So this is a link between you right now in the gym and your gym journey and this tortoise winning the race. So starting your gym journey is very, very much like the tortoise in this race against a hare. When you begin, you may envision achieving your dream physique quickly, imagining it will happen in just a few months. However, in reality, like the tortoise, progress will become a lot slower than you anticipate. However, the key is to embrace this pace and the rate of progression you are making and focus on the things that are important, such as the discipline, the commitment, and the perseverance that are required in order to keep moving forward in your journey. The tortoise reached the finish line not because he was the fastest, because by far he was the slowest creature in that race, but because this tortoise stayed consistent for a prolonged period of time, and the same is true for achieving your dream physique, the result of sustained effort will lead to you being successful. And the result of sustained effort for this tortoise led to him winning the race, okay? And if you quit the gym because results aren't immediate, you've fallen into what I like to call the beginner's trap. And that would literally be the exact same thing as a tortoise giving up the race after realizing how long it would take and after realizing how far off the hare has sped off in front of him. Therefore, the moral in this situation is clear. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Though progress may feel slow, those of you who stay on track for a prolonged period of time, just like the 1% who commit for the long haul, will be rewarded with the results. Stay patient, stay persistent, and your efforts will pay off. So, if you haven't necessarily got the message already, the message I'm trying to convey across to you guys is that the gym is a long term game, okay? There is no shortcuts, there is no cheat code, there is no special steroid, there is no special drug use that can get you out of the hard work over a prolonged period of time. And if you're not willing to put in this work, then you're not going to get what you want. If you want to achieve success in the gym, it takes consistent efforts. Achieving your dream physique and putting on muscle doesn't happen overnight, it happens over time. And I've got a quick question for you guys before I want to move on, okay? If it was easy, and if it was a short-term fix, and if it was, if it was easily attainable, if your dream physique was easily attainable, then why is obesity the biggest killer in the world today? Why is there more people out of shape and fat than people in shape and healthy? It's because it's hard and it's because it's a long term game and it doesn't happen overnight. Everyone nowadays wants quick fixes, and I'm going to get into that a little bit later in today's video. But you need to be aware that this is a long term game and it's not a quick fix, okay? Anything worth value doesn't come to you within a click of a finger. You won't see the end results you desire in days or weeks or months or a year. It takes years. Obviously, you'll see results and you'll see differences after, 1 month and then 6 months and a year, but you'll be nowhere where you won't be anywhere near where you eventually want to be, and you won't be anywhere near your end goal. Okay. Obviously, you're going to see results within a month, 6 months, a year, as I said. And that's because you're going to have newbie gains kicking in. And this means that you're going to be gaining at the fastest rate you ever will throughout your gym journey. But I'm telling you now, my friend, you will be nowhere near your dream physique and your ideal physique within a year. You've got to keep going for years, my friend. And in order to achieve your dream physique, you will be moving at the pace of this tortoise. But you've got to realize that that's okay, that's completely normal, that's how the story goes. And you've got to be content with that. You've got to embrace that, because if you don't, then it's not going to work out for you. If you don't play the game how it's meant to be played, then you're not going to win the game. It's as simple as that. And now let me get into the beginner trap, as I previously mentioned. So 99.99% of beginners fall victim to the what I like to call the beginner trap, okay? This beginner trap consists of three key determinants as to why people quit the gym super easily. Why they literally have no friction against quitting the gym, and they're packing their bags and they're out of the room straight away, okay? So these three are the following. They don't have any foundations built, they burn out really quickly, and they set themselves unrealistic expectations, okay? So without further ado, let's get into the first of the three. So, construction of foundations. If you don't build foundations, you will not last. And the gym is all about the long term, so you need to listen up to this. Building your foundations is absolutely crucial. And this basically refers to just getting the basics under wraps before you continue to progress. So here are some examples of foundations in the gym. So first of all, obviously building consistency, building a consistent routine, learning basic exercise techniques, making subtle, really small changes to your diet every now and again to in order to add up to having a pristine diet within a year or two. And obviously learning basic concepts and principles. So getting the basics under wraps, as I said up here. And without these things, you will crumble to pieces, my friend. You've got to think of it like building a house. And this is a thing I really like to tell people because it really puts things into perspective. So, in order to build a house, you have to lay down the foundation for that house on the ground first, right? And obviously, that's going to take a little bit of time. But once it's been laid, then the builders can start constructing a house. And without this foundation, there is simply no house, okay? Now, what I want you to imagine is you just put a house on top of sand, and this house can be a multi-million dollar mansion with the best material, but this house would simply crumble to pieces in seconds. Why? Because there isn't a proper foundation underneath in order to hold it up and in order to give it stability. Therefore, it will just crumble to pieces in seconds, okay? And in relation to the gym, if you try and stick to a strict 5 day workout split straight away, training to complete failure in your first week, all of a sudden trying to hit 200 grams of protein in your diet every single day, and progressively overloading with weight that is way too heavy for you, without first of all learning the correct techniques on exercises, committing to a simple 3 day split, not even hitting 100 grams of protein in a day before, then unfortunately it will all go south for you. So making sure you build the foundations in your journey, I cannot express how important it is. I know that it's so tempting to get into all the advanced stuff and all the advanced techniques and one rep maxes and do all of this complicated stuff, but you need to realize how important building the foundations is. Because if you just speed ahead without without laying your foundation on the ground, then you are going to crumble just like a house will crumble if it doesn't have any foundation, okay? And moving on swiftly to number two, so burnout. And this is actually the outcome of not building your foundation. So you crumbling and you not getting very far, this is what it is. It's burnout. And this is how it basically unfolds in full. So beginners often do too much too soon. As I just said, excited and motivated, they jump into intense training programs designed for advanced athletes without building their foundations. And this leads to them overestimating their capabilities and they just go straight into the deep end. For instance, they might follow a guy on Instagram, their favorite influencer who claims he's natural, but he probably isn't, right? You know what they're all like. And, they might follow this $15 program they bought off him. And he has years of experience behind this. And that is what they don't realize. He follows his training program. And the reason he does this is because he knows his body and he has been training for, 7+ years when you're in your first week. And this will just inevitably lead you to burning out and quitting because it's far beyond your current level. And this is what you don't understand. It's like trying to replicate Cristiano Ronaldo's routine in your first week of football without considering his 30+ years of experience playing the beautiful game, okay? And if you don't know who Cristiano Ronaldo is, just search it up. I don't really need to say any more about him. Instead of starting with the basics, they dive into advanced techniques, get overwhelmed, and most importantly, give up, okay? The exact same thing applies to the gym. Why would you aim to do a 5 day a week routine, intense regime, perfect diet? I mean, pristine, no junk food, no snacks, whole foods everywhere you go. If you haven't yet mastered showing up consistently to the gym for 3 days a week, it simply doesn't make sense. So what you've got to realize is that you need to start simple. You need to start slow. And you need to start with a low demanding routine if you want to eventually build up to a high one. It doesn't make sense jumping straight into an elite workout program if you can't even handle a basic one. You're just going to crumble. You may be fine in the first week because you're so excited and you're absolutely buzzing to get started. Therefore, you do too much too soon. And then when that spike of motivation and that excitement fades, then you're fucked. You're going to crumble like a bloody cookie. Okay. So it's so important that you build these foundations so you avoid this burnout and you build the consistency, which is going to lead to inevitable success for you. And the third and final thing that I want to talk about in relation to this beginner's trap, I like to call it, is setting yourself unrealistic expectations. It's so common for new gym goers to underestimate how long this journey to their dream physique will truly take. And this leads to their downfall and they don't even know it. They're putting it on themselves. They're the reason behind their own downfall in a few months' time, okay? Once they get to the time they thought it would take. So for example, if you were starting the gym today, if you were starting a gym today and you thought you would be, where you wanted to be in 6 months' time. So for example, you thought you from day one could achieve my physique right now after 3.5 years of training, but you thought you could achieve that in 6 months. When you get to 6 months down the line, that time where you thought you'd achieve my physique or your dream physique, for example, you're obviously not going to see the results you want. And this is going to lead to you looking down on yourself in disappointment. You're going to look at yourself as a failure. You're going to look at yourself like you haven't done enough. And you're going to start questioning yourself. You're going to start doubting yourself. And you're going to really say to yourself, is this gym thing for me? I haven't done this. So really, is it working for me? And then you just start to doubt yourself. And all of that overwhelms you. And that eventually leads to you quitting the gym. Okay. And genuinely, it shocks me how people actually think it will take a matter of months because that's completely wrong. It takes years, okay? It takes years of hard work, dedication, and effort. And I know you may not necessarily want to hear that it takes years because this generation is so accustomed to quick fixes in life. However, if you want to achieve success in anything, not just a gym, in anything, then you need to adapt yourself to this mindset and you need to play the long game, okay? The people that play the long game will go 10 times further than the people that play the short game. So we will make sure that you don't fall into this beginner's trap and we will make sure you stick out to the end and we will make sure you get your mindset in the right place and you gear up your mindset for the long run, which is what you need to do because this is what the gym and building your dream physique is all about. So, the long term mindset, you need to realize that this takes time. You need to become content with this. You need to embrace this, okay? You need to embrace how slow and steady wins the race. You may be seeing people speeding off. I see people my age taking steroids. I see 15-year-olds hopping on steroids now because they think it's cool. But the likelihood of them burning out in 2 years is going to be very, very high. Probably 0.1% of them will actually become a successful bodybuilder, okay? You see these guys speeding ahead of you, but what you need to realize is that slow and steady will eventually win the race, okay? Another thing as well, building the foundations, staying consistent. Consistency is the key, and consistency is the thing that bridges the gap between you now and you achieving success in the long term, okay? And if you can stay consistent, then you have just mastered the long term game in a click of a finger, okay? And you also need to be realistic. Don't let yourself down, okay? If you think you can achieve your dream physique in 2 months' time, or for example, I saw in this guy's school bio that he wants to gain a certain amount of weight in the most ridiculous time. And I see online all the time, even on this bloody platform, on school, I see these fitness coaches promising like ridiculous results in the most stupid amount of time and the most unrealistic amount of time. For example, I see loads of like build 5 kilos of muscle in what, less than 100 days? Doesn't work like that. If you're putting on 5 kg, that's not gonna all be muscle. Most of that is going to be fat. I see all these people promising unrealistic stuff, and I know that doesn't help. But now I'm here to tell you the right things, and please just listen to me because because I've done this, okay? I've bloody done this. I've been there. And the final thing, embrace delayed gratification. and destroy your instant gratification. And this is what I'm going to be getting into right this second. So remember all of these. Take a screenshot, write them down somewhere, stick it on your desk, get a piece of paper, write it down, and put it by your bedside table. Remember all these things. Constantly remind yourself of these things. You want to train your mind and you want to evolve your mind into, you know, the long-term mindset, okay? So without further ado, let's quickly get into our penultimate thing of this video. So instant gratification versus delayed gratification. And as I said just a second ago, this is what you need to be embracing if you want to sculpt your long-term mindset for the good. So let me quickly go into what they are first of all. So instant gratification refers to seeking immediate rewards or results. And this is what I mean by this generation is so accustomed to quick fixes. They want a takeaway. Oh, I can just order on Uber Eats or Deliveroo. I can get some shit food. There's everything everywhere. There's so much stimulation. There's so much instant gratification. And it's honestly dooming this generation for good, right? This generation is absolutely finished. So what you need to realize is that you need to embrace delayed gratification, my friend. This is your best friend. Instant gratification may seem like your best friend now, but in 10 years' time, you'll realize that instant gratification was a two-faced liar and he was being an absolute dickhead to you. It's like a two-faced friend, right? At the start, when the stimulation and the dopamine tries to entice you, it may seem good. You feel good, you feel great, and then afterwards, you just feel absolutely crap because you realize it was the wrong thing to do and you didn't embrace this thing right here and you didn't listen to the friend that's actually trying to help you, which is delayed gratification. And this refers to prioritizing long term rewards over short term desires. And I've put into a little table for you guys right here of what these basically both consist of and their outcomes, right? So if you abide by instant gratification, that is obviously you're not going to be putting in effort for a prolonged period of time because you want the short term results, right? And the gym is all about the long term game, so you won't get anywhere with that. You're going to be neglecting the foundations and the fundamentals, which is a key part in success in the gym. Because if you don't build foundations, then you're simply just going to crumble. You're going to set yourself unrealistic expectations. And remember, this is one of the three in the beginner's trap. So you're just going to fall through the floor and you're going to dig yourself a hole that you can't get out of. Therefore, you're going to quit. You're also going to have a lack of patience and you're going to have temporary results as a consequence, right? If you don't have patience in the gym, then I don't know what to tell you because you need patience, okay? So if you're living by instant gratification and you want to achieve your dream physique, then you have to sort of stop that. To be honest with you, you got to stop because that's not the way to live. However, your new best friend in this right column over here, delayed gratification. If you live by delayed gratification, if you shut out all these short-term desires and you prioritize these long-term rewards. For example, let me give you guys a really good one. You have the feeling you have the thought and you have the feeling and your body is telling you to not train legs even though it's leg day. You really not in the mood, you don't want to train legs and you're really tempted to skip. However, if you prioritize the long-term rewards over the short-term desires, then you'll go and train legs and you'll get it done. And in a year's time, you will have some beautiful legs, my friend. However, if you settle for that instant gratification, you're going to have that immediate reward of feeling comfortable, feeling good because you're not putting yourself through pain. However, in 1 year's time, when you're on that beach, when you're in your shorts, you may have a decent upper body, but the consequences of you settling for that instant gratification and you not training legs is going to bloody show on the beach and it's just going to look stupid, right? So that's an example of delayed gratification versus instant gratification with the gym. So if you embrace delayed gratification, you're obviously going to have the complete opposite. So you're going to be making consistent, steady progress. You're going to have mastered your foundations. You are going to have built the strongest foundations out there. No house is going to be crumbling on top of your foundations, my friend. You're going to be setting yourself realistic expectations. Therefore, you know what to expect and you know exactly what to work for. You have built up incredible patience, and this is going to lead to inevitable long term success and long lasting results. Okay, so that is the importance of embracing delayed gratification in your gym journey versus instant gratification. And one thing before I close this video is I'm aware that this can be intimidating. how it's going to take a long time because this generation isn't used to that. This generation isn't used to not having the quick fixes and not having the immediate rewards and results. But what you got to realize, the gym doesn't work like that. But you need to let this excite you, okay? As I just said, I know how intimidating this may seem, that it takes a long time, but that gives you every reason to be excited, okay? You're embarking on this journey where you will make new memories, you'll make new friends, and you're going to make new gains, okay? If this journey happened within 2 months, would it be fulfilling? Of course it wouldn't. So you need to let the fact that this takes time excite you, because without time, if you were just able to achieve your dream physique within a couple of months, you wouldn't feel fulfilled. You're not going to make many memories. You're not going to make many friends, and you're not going to make many gains, right? So take it for what it is and embrace it, and you'll start to love it. And honestly, I love it so much. Obviously, at the start of my gym journey, I was wanting the quick fixes. I was wanting everything to be over as quick as possible. But the gym is just a normal part of my life, and I genuinely well, I can go without it, but I choose not to, and I feel extremely passionate about it. So that is now the end of this video. I really hope this video has put things into perspective, and genuinely not adapting this mindset and not considering this in your gym journey is, you know, the reason why so many beginners quit and why so many beginners fall victim to what I like to call the beginner's trap. So I hope you have enjoyed this video, and you're getting excited, you're starting to learn new things, and everything's starting to fall into place for you. So without further ado, I will see you guys in the next video. Conquer the beast.